What's going on, guys? Doing another commentary, and this one's about the two new historic teams that were announced. I believe they were announced yesterday, but I did not see them. I saw them pretty recently, so I wanted to tell them to you guys because it seems like you appreciate the video. I don't know if I'm going to keep the video up in terms of show the full game. I'll talk as much as I need to about these teams. I don't like to ramble on, even though I did previously, so why not get it started? The first team is the 2004 to 2005 Suns. I believe I predicted this year. I don't remember. I know I predicted 1 year of the Suns, and this is probably going to be the most fun year to use them. First off, this was on Amar'e. I believe he was in his third season. He was amazing this year, averaging 26 points, 9 rebounds, and a block and a half per game. This is when him and Steve Nash, both of them were like prime players. I believe Steve Nash won MVP this year. Either his first or second MVP trophy. Shawn Marion was on this team, averaging 19 points and 11 rebounds and over 2 steals per game. He's one of my favorite players, so he'll be fun to use. And a guy that a lot of people might not even realize was on this team, if you don't remember them too well, is Joe Johnson. He was only 23 at the time. Boston drafted him when he was very young. But traded him away pretty quickly, and he was pretty good that year, averaging 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists, and a steal per game, so he'll be really fun to use. And of course, Steve Nash is there with his 15.5 points and almost 12 assists, so we get a historic Steve Nash, which is going to be great to use. Quentin Richardson was the last starter, averaging about 15 points and 6 rebounds. He'll be alright to use, very good shooter though. Jim Jackson was also on the team, big man who could shoot. He's kind of old. A very young Leandro Barbosa, and there were some other decent guys on that team, but for the most part, it's going to be top heavy, and it'll be very fun to use. This year, they made it to the Western Conference Finals, but lost to the San Antonio Spurs, which kind of sucks. Sorry about the motorcycles in the background if you could hear them. I'll try to close my window right now because it gets real annoying, and that too. My phone's going off, so this is going great already. But right away, this is a really fun team to use. I feel like it will be, and I'm really looking forward to using them. And the second team that was announced, this team actually won the championship that year, the 2006 Miami Heat. I believe I saw a lot of people commenting on my largest video about announcing teams, which was my first one where I predicted all of them, the Miami Heat, and I did not mention them. I might have mentioned the 97 where they had Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning, but I feel like someone definitely mentioned them, and I said they'd be pretty fun to use. But once again, I did say, I think they were too recent. But then again, 2K is releasing only teams from, it seems like, the 2000s and on. They're not doing any old teams because I predicted the 62 Warriors, and I don't think they're going to put them in at this point. But this team, very cool team to use. I remember using them back in NBA 2K6. They were freaking unstoppable. With Dwayne Wade averaging 27 points, 2 steals, about a block, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. This is when Dwayne was absolutely amazing. Of course, he wasn't a great shooter, but this was his second year in the league, one of those two. Sorry, I don't know off the top of my head. And he was very good this year. They also had Shaq on that team, who was kind of old at 33, but he did still average about 20 points and 9 rebounds and about 2 blocks per game, so he'll be fun to use. We're going to get a lot of Shaqs to use in this game. They had the original White Chocolate, Jason Williams, very fun to use. I don't know how they're going to get the dribbling moves in, but he'll be great if they can. Antoine Walker was on this team. He kind of burned out, but they'll be still fun to use. They had Udonis Haslem in his young age, who, if you only saw the very recent, you'd think, he sucks. But Udonis was really talented back then, very good rebounder and defender. Still is, but that was when he was in his prime. They also had Alonzo Mourning at the very old age of 35. Very good player, but he kind of got really old, so we're going to get 2 Alonzos in this game. But he did average almost 3 blocks per game, which is pretty crazy for a guy only averaging 20 minutes per game. They also had Gary Payton in his older years, who was still kind of effective, but James Posey was also on this team. He was on the 2008 Celtics team that's going to be in there. So going down the list, you have other guys that kind of remember, like Jason Capono and Darrell Wright. But for the most part, there's nothing too much. And just to wrap it all up, both teams will be extremely fun to use. I predicted one, and I kind of wish I predicted the other, but for the most part, it's really fun. It'll be fun to watch and to play with, especially my team getting their cards and all the players who are getting more cards. It's going to be great. So, the gameplay in the background, some blacktop. The comparison, it's kind of hard. I didn't really mention it. But I like to do that for my videos as the two have a comparison, and this one isn't that they're both tall. Don't know if I posted this gameplay already, but I just want to give you the news, guys, so please like the video if you enjoyed this kind of stuff. I mean, there's only one more episode I'm going to do with this before 2K comes out, 2K16. Comment what you think about the teams, and if you're the guy who predicted the Heat team, kudos to you. I'll give you a thumbs up if you tell me that you were. Share with your friends who want to know about these teams, and subscribe, because you know what, I'm going to be posting another one next week, or whenever they announce it, hopefully. So thanks guys for watching. Make sure to tune in next time, and have a good day. Peace.